Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Hey, today I got an unboxing for you. It's kind of a pseudo unboxing because the plastic wrap kind of got ripped on this and well, I went ahead and took it off. But I have otherwise not opened it. And that is today we are unboxing the Sonic 30th Anniversary Encyclo-speed-ia. So how I came across this, obviously I knew it was coming out, but it's kind of an expensive buy, and I was just kind of like, do I want it? Do I don't? I mean, I could get it, but maybe I don't know. And then I was on an episode of the Hedgehog Zone, which, by the way, if you're not watching them and watching the actual podcast, uh, you should be, because they are awesome over there, and they just a lot of fun to be around. But this was brought out, and I was like, all right, fine, I'm going to get it, whatever, right? So I'm actually using the back of my chair to help hold this up a bit because it is heavy. Holy cow. Uh, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and grab it. In fact, Amazon had it on sale, so whatever. So, we're gonna unbox this finally. I haven't had a chance. I've had this about 3 weeks, maybe a month now. Haven't had a chance to unbox it because I've started a new job, and unfortunately, it was a very low staff store, so I had to work a lot of extra time, and just exhausted, too tired, too wiped out to actually follow through and do it. But here we are, finally. We are going to unbox the Sonic the Hedgehog 30th Anniversary Encyclo-speed-ia. And here it is. So I've already taken the shrink wrap off of it, just to save a little bit of time. My first impression is that the box that this is in is of pretty good quality. It's obviously well designed, it's thick, and it is a collector's item, so it would make sense that Dark Horse would create this to be as a protective shield as possible to the book inside. So props to them on that. And that's one of the things that I usually look at when it comes to a collector's item like this, because a collector's item like this should be of very high quality, and steps should be taken by the people who actually design the physical book, not the information inside, but the physical book, to collector standards and to protect the investment, because these kind of things are an investment. And I think they've done a reasonably good job with the protection aspect. Take a look at the actual book, though. Oh, there's another thing here. What is this? Oh, that's right. I forgot about these. That this was shown on the Hedgehog Zone, but I will show it here. So it does come with 2 art prints, again in its own photo folder. It's kind of like the kind you get a diploma in, actually. It's a very, very high quality prints. These are going to be something that I'm going to have to really protect. I'm going to have to see if there's like a frame that this whole unit will fit into. Just kind of have it open like that, and then have it sitting on a shelf, maybe up on top. I don't know. I have a new shelf that I'm going to be purchasing next month and building and putting up because of my room issues that I constantly repeat that I have, because it's true. So it'll probably end up going on there. So let's put that back for protection reason. Oh, this is a heavy book, man. As I okay. Okay, so do I have it on just the first page? Yep. So as I'm looking at the actual book, it's a really interesting setup with having normally what I would normally see on the front side of a book, which this I have confirmed this is the front side. they would have the title of it. I'm surprised they don't on here, but maybe it's because they wanted to fit as much screenshot artwork of the past games on it as humanly possible. So that's pretty cool, although, nope, it doesn't have it at all. I would have thought at least on the binding, but apparently not. Let's take a look inside. 30 years of Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, I'm going to kind of come around here. And I'm going to look at this from the side. I wish there was an easier way for me to do this, but there really isn't. So already what I'm seeing is great artwork right off the bat. Of course, this being a game rendering of the character. So I think we're going to see that throughout, whether it be in-game renders of the characters or artwork like this, like full-page spread artwork. I hope that's the case. Let's take a look at the contents. Let's see. Alright, so immediately I noticed that there is no mention of any of the other media besides games on this that I can tell anyway. Nope, there is none. It's all games. Okay, well, I have my thoughts on that, and we'll wait to the end for me to do a talk about that. But let's take a look in there. Alright, so the very first Sonic the Hedgehog game. So I actually had this game when I was a kid. I was 11 when the game system came out, and I played it over at a friend's house. And this is like not new information. It's in my video about my history with the franchise. But I didn't actually have it on my person until the Nintendo 64 came out, and the friend that had the Genesis game system, actually gifted it to me. So, but this was my first introduction to the game, to the character and the world. Oh, the old flickies. I think they're all called flickies. Oh, there's a little small mention here, but it doesn't say. Oh, factoid. Did you know the small animals served as the basis for many characters in the comic books and cartoons that began in the 1990s? Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. But are we going to mention them in here? That's my big question. Because that is, because again, Encyclo-speed-ia, I feel like that should be mentioned. But the question is it? And from what I'm seeing of the table of contents, probably not. Oh, I know what these are. There is a number. I used to play a Jurassic Park one in the arcades. You remember those? You see them at Dave and Buster's, but they used to be in malls that were just the arcade and no food. I don't know if you remember that time, but you actually had to sit inside this thing and play the game that it was for. So that's interesting. Fascinating. What the heck is that? Popcorn shop. You've helped Sonic keep the streets clean. You've helped him restore peace and space. Now you can help him bring you popcorn. Oh, it was a popcorn maker. Okay, I didn't know they had so. Okay, so as a collector, this sounds like something I need to be tracking down. It's probably going to be extremely expensive once I find it. Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop. I'm going to have to keep my eyes on that. That sounds like a collector item I need to have in my collection. Okay. Because I like to spend money. This is the deluxe version of this book, so. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Sonic 2, I had that game. So apparently, there were games that kind of, like side games that came out in between each of the mainline games of the time. Kind of like today. How that works. All right. So, I know I'm not doing a lot. Ooh, nice renders. Very cool. Game Gear, the Game Gear version. I would personally have not ever played the Game Gear versions of these games because I didn't have a Game Gear. It was interesting. My mother never let me have those for some reason. Either the Game Gear or the Game Boy. I think it was one of two things. She was either afraid of it getting stolen, or if I decided I was going to bring it to school, or I would be on it too much, which both were probably true. But that's why she made me get rid of my Sega Genesis, because she thought I was on it too much. And yet she didn't get rid of the Nintendo, which she was on even more than I was. That's interesting. Wacky Workbench? What? What is that? Oh, Sonic CD. That's another game I need to play. That's another game I actually need to play. Oh, what is this? What is that? Hmm. So I'm just kind of taking a look through. That was Sonic Spinball. I think I tried to play this game once. I don't remember if it was a rental or it was on a compilation disc, because Sega liked to put out compilation discs of their old games. And I had one of them, and I wonder if it was either that one or I played the original. Because I had one on the GameCube, I think it was. But I feel like I tried to play Spinball when I was younger than that. I may have come in contact. I don't remember now. Either way, I need to play it again. If I did play it at one time, I need to play it again and actually be aware that I'm playing it. If I haven't played it before, then I need to play it. That's just how it is. Mean Bean Machine. Okay. Sorry I am so quiet. I am just trying to. Ooh. Fang, which is also known as Knack the Weasel, I believe. You don't really get to see him much. Except for when somebody decides they want to use him for a story that they're writing or what have you. But that's always a fan thing. It's never an official thing. There's a lot of characters that just don't show up anymore. And I know there's a lot of us that are kind of like, can you bring those characters back, please? Triple Trouble. I have not actually played that game either. That was a Game Gear game. That's why I haven't played it. And no, I do not want to get an emulator for it because I do not like emulators. They never work right for me. I'm just saying. Because I am technologically. I'm old, okay? I'm 41. I'm old. Get over it. Alright. So, I'm just going to kind of chunk through it now. As I am looking through this. See, this, I actually have this game. Yeah, I have this game. Well, I have the game that's listed before, too. That's all of Sonic 06. I actually have this game. I've never played it. Again, it was a surprise one. I did not know they came out with it. And it was on GameCube, which I had. I am kind of salty about that. I wish I had known about that because I would have definitely been playing it. Jet. Jet is just another character I really like. Wish they would do more with him too. Sonic Rivals. I've only heard of Sonic Rivals. I didn't have a PSP. I mean, it was 2006. I could have certainly bought one, but financial constraints made it impossible. In fact, I don't. I think I was working at the time, but I just wasn't making enough to warrant buying something like that. And then Sonic and the Secret Rings. This is another game that I actually have. I'm gonna make a video. I'm not gonna point out every game I have. That's a video that I need to make. And I haven't gotten around to it yet. Probably in the next few days, I would suspect, and get that done and uploaded. So yeah, so there's things in here. Ooh man, this is another game I need to play. Mhm, mhm. Absolutely need to play it. And I have the. Let's see. Yep, yep. There's just quite a few of these games I need to get my hands on and play. But that's the pages are very nice. They're very beautifully made. What is this one? What get what? Oh, also transformed. Okay, because I have Sonic Team Racing or Team Sonic Racing. This one here. So so it's a beautifully made book. Absolutely. Why are you closing so weird? Never leave it on the binding. So that is the Sonic Encyclo-speed-ia made for the 30th anniversary. It's a nice book. Let me give you my final thoughts. So that was the 30th anniversary Encyclo-speed-ia by Ian Flynn. Okay, it's definitely got a lot of information on it. It's going to bear going through it and picking it apart because that's what you do with encyclopedias. That's the point of them, is to use them as a reference and to do extra research beyond what's in here to see if there's any other added details that were missed. Which I'm going to do from time to time. I'm sure. I mean, this is thick with information, so it would take a while, and I would say I'm probably not going to do videos on it unless I find something glaring. But well, there it is. There's a few thoughts that I have about it. First of all, it being an encyclopedia and informational really only, I was expecting more. Yeah, I was expecting all the games that were made by Sega for Sonic, but and that's certainly there. But I was being an encyclopedia. I was expecting more information than that because if you really think about it, Sonic the Hedgehog is a multimedia franchise. It's not just a video game franchise, especially as it went in. Well, I can't even say especially as it went into its later years. It's always really been a multimedia company. Um, I mean, if you really think about it, they had the Saturday morning cartoon that lasted for 2 seasons. You had Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog that lasted a short time as well. That was a cartoon in the early 90s. You had Sonic Underground in the late 90s. I believe that was 1999, if I'm not mistaken. You had the OVA. You had Sonic X. You had Sonic Boom, the cartoon show, not the game. And of course, now you have the movie. And as of this recording, less than 2 months away from the sequel to that movie. It is two several comics based off of the universe, two of them directly following Sonic's adventures, and a few of them are side things, including new ones that are out and old ones. They had a Knuckles one, and then, of course, the Sonic Universe one. This is a multimedia franchise, and being that this is an encyclopedia, I would have personally expected it to reflect that. Now, I'm not concerned with whether or not people like or dislike certain parts or certain media or what the latest drama is going on. I don't care. The point is they existed and it should be in here. And don't tell me that they can't do that, because if you think about it, encyclopedias being information, basically saying, yeah, it existed, this is when it existed, this was what it was all about. That's all it is. That's falls well under fair use. So for it to not include anything from any of the comics, with the exception of a couple of characters from the new comic, only by virtue that they show up in the speed battle, the Sonic Forces speed battle, which I hear has been renamed recently. Um, you know, they should have still been included. I don't care how people feel about that. That's when I look at an encyclopedia, that's what I'm expecting. And that's what I was expecting in this. So this is a huge oversight. Now, I don't know whether that oversight was purposeful or it was accidental, or maybe they just felt that it would have added too much information and made an already weighty book even weightier. But I still say they should have included it. Now, what I would love to see is a second edition of this come out. Now, if that comes out for like the 35th anniversary, or they make a amended version of it, what do they call that? A second edition of it in a couple of years. It doesn't matter. I would like to see a second edition come out either way that includes those uh, particular parts of the media that exist, or parts of the media, facets of the franchise that very clearly exist but aren't reflected in here, because they should be. Um, because whether we like it or not, whether we regardless of what we think of those particular um, those particular pieces of media that have been out, the Archie comic, the OVA, Sonic X, whether we like them or not, irrelevant. This is an informational thing. They should be included. So I just, it's okay, but I only give it okay by virtue of it not having information that I really think should have been included in here. I know I'm repeating myself over and over again. This is my thing. I can't if I was the one writing this book, if I came up across something, or came up across, because my English is wearing off at this hour of the night. When I come across, if I was writing the book myself, okay, if I came across something I didn't quite like, I'm still going to include it and talk about what it was and how it fit at the time. But I'm not going to go into any of the drama behind it. I'm just going to include it and say, yeah, it existed. And this was the characters that it centered around. These were characters, just like in this book with the different games. These were the new additions to the cast. Some people enjoyed them, some people didn't. I may not say that, but it's still going to get included, and they didn't do that. So I don't know. I don't know again if that's purposeful or it was just a major oversight, or maybe they do intend on coming out with a second edition that does include all of that, and they just wanted to get this out for the in time for the 30th anniversary. Don't know, but I still think it could have been included. So at any rate, I give it a C. I don't know why I'm using a grading system. Um, it's okay. It's not my favorite. It's just like okay, it exists. So, but I have it. It is part of my collection, and I am glad to have it just because it is an item to collect that is based off of the franchise. So, um, excuse me. So, I guess there's really not much more for me to say. Um, thank you for watching, and I will have another unboxing coming very soon. This is going to be a couple of weeks worth of unboxings that I'm going to be shooting in the next few days. All right, so have a great one. I'm sorry I feel I kind of a little bit blasé about this particular item, but I have my reasons for it. Um, if you enjoy it, then more power to you. Until next time, thank you for watching.